Patreon.com/the Walk-Off Podcast. $4 a month gets you in there.
If you're watching this right now and you haven't hit the like button, Billy, get on it. Bug your brother. Tell him to do the same.
At Jimmy Legs, great name, DM'd us and said, "Holy cow, gents. Ben Nicholson-Smith just announced that Nathan Lucas made the team. I thought Otto Lopez was the guy. What do you think about this?" And before we get into this, I just want to read the whole topic because related comment from Discord, and I got so many on Instagram and even TikTok. So the other day, my bold prediction was Chris Beck, 30 to 40 games in the MLB this year?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, as soon as that left my lips, the Blue Jays DFA'd the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting blamed for this. Full jinx mode. Rinks in Discord.
To balance this out, Adam is going to call Rob Manfred the commissioner of the year this year, for sure.
Wouldn't that be something? All right. So this one from Discord really sums up the sentiment from the broader walk-off community here. So at Adam Mack, tag me in it. You haven't been too lucky with some of your predictions on the pod over the years, but buddy, haha, bold predictions. Chris Beck gets 30-40 games at the MLB level. I loved his interviews, but I'm listening to yesterday's podcast now, and he literally got DFA'd as that was coming out or shortly after or whatever. Reminiscent of something with Taylor Sestado last year as well.
Yes.
So, okay. So Blue Jays 26-man roster finalized. Nathan Lucas is the last spot. Chris Beck no longer with the Jays.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised by Chris Beck. Also, not totally surprised.
So it is a little bit of a bummer because he's a really good dude and he had nothing but time to give for us, which is just truly appreciated. We know how busy these minor league guys are. We know the schedule they keep, and to fit in a little rinky-dink podcast with a couple of boneheads like us, it really is appreciated. He is 27 years old. He'd been in the system for almost 8 years now and made his way all.
Admits himself not the best with a bat.
Yes.
Defensive catcher.
Has never really hit anywhere along the way, but has been so good defensively and has such a good relationship with his pitchers that he has continued to get the Rays up. And it's been interesting to look at his batting average because it pretty much stays the same. It doesn't matter where Chris is, he's hitting about 220. So that's probably what is holding him back right now from a major league position with the Blue Jays, especially. I mean, they brought in Rob Brantley, who is just a little bit more experienced and just has a little bit more of a proven bat. So I think that when you look at the catching depth within the Blue Jays, friend of the show, Zach Britton, has been pushing heavily over the spring here. He's had a really good spring training. Now they've been putting him in the outfield, but he has looked a little out of his element. And I really do think that one of the things that they're trying to do is create a little bit more room for the catchers within the system. And unfortunately, Chris Beck, just the odd man out. But we wish him all the best. I hope he catches on somewhere. And I like to think that you just didn't specify in your prediction, Adam, that it would be 30 to 40 games with the Blue Jays. I hope that your prediction still comes true.
There you go. That is still a possibility. Oakland needs somebody, right? Let's talk Nathan Lukes, though.
Yes. So to start with, and we both know this, and we both have messed it up either way, but his name is pronounced Nathan Lucas, even though it is spelled Lukes.
I'm going to continue to go with Lukes. Nothing better than messing up a nice Western last name to get me off the hook for botching the international names. And then it's I just mess up everyone's name. So Nathan Lukes, throwing you under the bus.
All right, so Nathan Lucas, he is going to be more or less the fourth outfielder for now. We'll see what happens. I know everyone's up in arms. What are we going to do about Otto Lopez? It looked like he was going to make the team. He's so versatile. Lucas had a hell of a spring. He can play right, he can play left, and he can play center field all well. Okay, he's good defensively. He's got a big arm. His bat really came to play in the spring, and I think they're going to give him an opportunity to see what he can do. He's also a little bit older. He's 28 years old, and with this Blue Jays team currently in championship mode, any little bit of added experience, any little bit of extra edge, painting the corners, as you so beautifully put it yesterday, right? Like, it's the little details that matter, and I think just a little bit of extra experience. And dude, like Otto Lopez, he's going to be on this team at some point. Like, he's the next guy up. He plays shortstop, he plays second, he plays third, he could play a little left field. Like, Lopez is going to get his opportunity, and I think right now it just makes sense to go with the guy who has the best glove in the outfield, and that is Nathan Lucas.
Yeah. For me, I think it just comes down to the fact that, and we kind of teased the Yankees the other day for having 8 infielders, 1 outfielder.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that's where I kind of feel like this.
The defensive prowess there, right?
Well, yeah, and we have George Springer, we have Dalton Varsho, we have Kevin Kiermaier, and then other than that, it's just utility guys who can play the outfield,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it was a little unbalanced that way. Blue Jays end up going with Vladdy, Belt, Espinal, Bichette, Chapman in the infield, Springer, Varsho, Kiermaier, and Lucas in the outfield, and then Merrifield and Biggio as the utility guys. I don't know. Espinal, probably like a utility guy as well. Can play outfield if need
Yeah.
be. Otto
You know what
Lopez
really
slots in similarly.
You know what
This,
really stands out to me about this, Adam? And really, this just seems to be a little bit of a shift in the way the organization views priorities here. But if you look last year when George Springer was injured, who's playing center field for this team? Raimel Tapia.
okay.
And when it wasn't Raimel Tapia, it was Whit Merrifield, who was acquired at the trade deadline. The depth in center field hurt this team substantially last year. Now, if you look at what they've got in center field right now, in order of the pecking order in center field, it's Kevin Kiermaier, Dalton Varsho, George Springer, Nathan Lucas, Whit Merrifield. That is a deep pool of dudes who can play center field to an average level or above. And that was something they just did not have last year at all.
Do we need 5 center fielders? Is this overcompensation?
It's like the super rich guy who gets, you hear his story and he was like, he was so poor growing up and then it's never enough, right? He's like, I need more. Is that the Blue Jays with center fielders?
I think so. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of I mean, I'm surprised by it, but also I hope we don't see much of Nathan Lucas.
I don't think we will. I think it would be. I shouldn't say that. I think Nathan Lucas is going to get his at bats. I think he is going to be in the lineup from time to time. But no, he's
We'll
definitely a
play this
bench
clip
piece.
of me saying that in the intro to our interview with him coming up next month.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
um, no, I guess one thing that kind of surprised me though is it's another left-handed outfield bat.
It is, but so would have Lopez been. I think of the options they had, they were mostly like the most viable options were all lefty bats. And they were just like, okay, well, if we're not going to go outside the organization, and who knows, dude, the truth is there are a pile of dudes who have been put on waivers and released or even had minor league invites to spring training where they had options to come out of it. Sorry, go ahead.
Correction. According to Baseball Reference, Otto Lopez is a right-handed bat.
Oh, is he? Okay, never mind.
I can't
My
picture him in the
apologies.
batter's box in this moment to verify that with my own
Yeah.
recollection, but
Well, no, I
gonna go
trust
with it.
Baseball Reference. Okay. Well, then I stand corrected. Thank you for double checking that.
you know. All right. Anything else to add on the Nathan Lukes
Let's
edition?
end on this.
Congratulations.
Let's end on this. Congratulations to Nathan Lucas. This is fantastic for him, making his major league debut at 28 years old. Very exciting for the guy. For anyone who is being emotionally affected in any way by this decision, just know that this is going to change numerous times throughout the season who the bench piece on and the bat off the bench is going to be. It's great for Nathan Lucas, but if you were hoping it was Otto Lopez, it will be. Just give it time. I think that we'll see many dudes throughout the 2023 season in that role.
Just not Chris Beck.